Alright, hello and welcome back to another episode of Mr. Pisto Plays Magic the Gathering Arena Brawl. We have a deck tech and some gameplay of Maja Bretagard Protector. 5 mana, 2/3. The stats to convert a mana cost are not super great. Other creatures you control get +1/+1, so it's a nice little anthem effect. And whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 white human warrior creature token. So when I was building this deck, I tried to build it two different ways. First, I was going aggro, so like just low to the ground. This is the top end. That just wasn't working out. And then one of my friends suggested, hey, do ramp. So this is what we did. It is more of a value commander than anything else. So let's get into the cards we picked and then into some games. So first we have Fight as One. The deck has how many humans? 2 plus the commander. So this is more to protect your commander than anything else. But it can also protect your other creatures in a pinch. One of those humans is Giant Killer. It is a nice low to the ground creature. Pay 1 and a colorless to tap target creature. Or you can use its adventure first and then target creature. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater for 3 mana. Blizzard Brawl, we are playing snow in the deck, so this is a great snow payoff. It 1 mana creature fights something. If you have 3 or more snow counters or 3 or more snow permanents, it gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible until the end of turn. Gilded Goose, the only, or I guess the best of the two 1-drop accelerants in the format. So it comes into play with a food counter. You can sacrifice a food to add 1 mana of any color, or you can pay a green and a colorless to add and tap it to create a food token so you can use it on later turns. We have a bunch of 2-drops. Heroic Intervention, indestructible and hexproof for your creatures, makes it great to save them. Illusion Caryatid taps for any 1 color mana. If you have a creature with power 4 or greater, it taps for 2 mana of any 1 color. Lotus Cobra adds a landfall trigger. When it enters land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Ram Through, target creature deals damage equal to its power to another target creature, so they're not actually fighting, which is really nice. And if it has trample, it deals excess damage to the creature's controller. And it's an instant, which is really, really nice. Sculptor of Winter, we have our Wolf Willow Haven and our Glittering Frost to take advantage of untapping a snow land. It's a 2 mana 2/2 elf. Tangled Florahedron comes into play as a land if you need it early, or 2 mana for a 1/1 that taps for a green if you need it. Wilt, destroy target artifact or enchantment. You can cycle it for 2 mana to draw a card. Wolf Willow Haven, we mentioned it before, enters the battlefield enchanted to a land. When you tap that land, it adds an extra green. You can pay 5 to sacrifice it and create a 2/2 green wolf creature token on your turn. Not that we're probably ever going to do that, but I guess you never know. Arcane Signet, in this deck, taps for a white or a green 2 mana artifact. Heliod's Intervention, white X, you either destroy X artifacts or enchantments, or you gain twice X life. Vanishing Light is a nice card that gets rid of any permanent any non-land permanent, and 3 mana enchantment. Bounding Gold, I wanted to give this one a go again. You enchant a permanent, so any permanent you want. If it's a creature, it can't attack, it can't block, and it can't group vehicles. Its activated abilities can't be activated unless they're mana abilities, so you could put this on a land that your opponent has a cool activated ability for, it can't use its ability, or you can equip it or attach it to a planeswalker to shut that planeswalker off. Bala Ged Recovery, return target card from your graveyard to your hand, any card you want, or it comes into play if you need a land, it comes into play tapped. We have Cultivate, to search for 2 basic land cards. 1 goes into the on the battlefield, 1 goes into your hand. It's a nice extra landfall trigger for Maja and any of the other landfall things that we have in the deck. Glittering Frost, like I said before, you attach it to a land. When that land is tapped, it adds an additional mana of any color, and that land now becomes a snow land. Roiling Regrowth, instant speed. You sacrifice a land, find 2 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. Nice landfall triggers for your landfall-esque creatures, including the Shoot Swarm. I haven't played this card very much lately. A 3-mana 1/1, and when a land enters the battlefield, you create a 1/1 green insect creature token. If you control 6 or more lands, create a token that's a copy of Shoot Swarm instead. So even the 1/1s in this deck are not that bad because we have Maja, and it gives them all +1/+1. Heraldic Banner, we're going to be doing this on white because the creatures that come into play are 1/1 white human warriors. So normally we're going to put this on white, and you add 1 color of white, 1 color of the mana chosen, and creatures of the you control of the chosen color get +1/+0. Palladium Mirror, 3 mana for 2/2 that taps for 2 colorless mana, helps us get Maja out and our other big things out. Replicating Ring, Snow Artifact, taps add 1 mana of any color. At the beginning of your upkeep, you get a night counter on this ring. You have 8 or more of those counters, you get 8 replicated ring tokens that tap to add 1 mana of any color. The series Lieutenant goes nicely with our Feldar Retreat. So this, when it enters the battlefield, you put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever this creature, Bresari Lieutenant, or another creature you control dies, if it had a 1/1 counter on it, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with Vigilance. So this could come in as a 4 mana 4/5 that has protection from multicolored and has Vigilance. And why does it play so well with Feldar Retreat? All right, this is a 4 mana enchantment that has Landfall, and when a land enters the battlefield, you can either create a 2/2 white cat beast creature token, or you can put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain Vigilance until the end of turn. So if you put a 1/1 counter on everything and Bresari's Lieutenant's in play, whatever they kill, you're going to get something back from. That's a nice little consolation prize there. Starnheim Unleashed. This is a great finisher late game, or if you're really desperate for a creature, you can pay 4 mana to get a 4/4. White Angel Warrior creature token with flying and vigilance. And if you foretell it, you can get X of those tokens instead. So if you do it for 3 mana, you get 1, 5 mana, 2, 7 mana, 3, and so on and so forth. It's a great way to use all those lands that we end up getting into play. Then we have Yasharn Implacable Earth, 4 mana 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, you get to go find 2 basic lands, 1 forest, 1 plains. Put them in your hand and shuffle your library. So you're guaranteed land drops, and you're guaranteed landfall triggers if you have your landfall things out. Players can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to cast spells or activate abilities. So it shuts off a lot of decks in the format. It's also just a 4 mana 4/4 is a pretty big beater. We have Solemn Simulacrum, 4 mana 2/2, enters the battlefield, search for your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, shuffle your library. Nice way to get a landfall trigger. And otherwise, when it dies, you draw a card, or you don't have to. And then we have Doomscar. I think every deck needs a reset button, and Maha can reset pretty good after a board wipe, especially if you can get it down and then play a land or 2. So being able to destroy all creatures for 5 mana or 3 mana if you foretold this early in the game, great payoff. Elspeth Conquers Death. It has a 5 mana saga, 3 different abilities. The first one is you exile a permanent an opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater. Then non-creature spells your opponent's cast cost 2 more to cast until your next turn, and then return target creature card or planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a 1/1 counter on it or a loyalty counter on it if it's a planeswalker. We're playing Battle Mammoth. There are multiple different cards you could play in this slot. I wanted to continue using the Kaldheim cards and give them more of a go. So this is a 5 mana 6/5 with trample, and whenever a permanent you control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you get to draw a card. And you can get it out ahead of the curve by foretelling it early and then paying 4 mana for a 6/5. That's very good stats to cost in that case. Vivian Monsters Advocate's a 5 mana 3 loyalty planeswalker. You can look at the top card of your library at any time, and you can cast creature spells from the top of your library. I always forget this ability. So Its +1 is you get a 3/3 beast creature token with either vigilance counter, reach counter, or trample counter. And then it's -2 when you cast your next creature spell this turn. Search your library for a creature card with lesser converted mana cost, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle your library. Our commander is 5 converted mana. So we got lots of play there. And we also have a few other big creatures that we can play with as well. Our first one, something I've never ever put into a deck, and it's been doing really well for me. Grasping Giant is a 5 mana, 6 mana, 5/7 with vigilance. It's a great attacker, and it's a great blocker. And whenever it becomes blocked by a creature, exile that creature until Grasping Giant leaves the battlefield. So they really only can destroy this thing. Like, they have to destroy it. It's not something that you can just block and get rid of. So I thought I would try it, and it's been kind of fun. Another one of those cards that's been fun, Harmonious Archon, is a 6 mana 4/5 flyer. Non-arcane creatures have base power and toughness 3/3. So with Maja out, all of our creatures get +1/+1, so they become 4/4s. And when it enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens. So Maja and this make all your things 1 power bigger and 1 toughness bigger than your opponent's. That's a nice little interaction there, and also shrinks a lot of your opponent's stuff. Most of our stuff is not all that big, other than maybe like Vorinclex and our Grasping Giant, and Kogla coming up next. So Vorinclex, Monstrous Raider, is a 6 mana 6/6 trample haste. If you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead. So it doubles all your counters that Planeswalkers get, which we have the 1, and it doubles the counters that Felidar Retreat gets. Doubles Replicating Ring, just real, and it's just a beater in and of itself. And then it halves the counters that your opponent puts on permanents or players, and it is rounded down. Then we have Kogla, the Titan Ape. I really love this card. If you haven't noticed already, if you've been watching most of my green videos, it's in the deck. 6 mana for a 7/6. When it enters the battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Whenever it attacks, you destroy target artifact or enchantment defending player controls. And then you can pay green and a colorless to return target human, so your commander, to your hand. And Kogla gains indestructible until the end of turn. So there are human synergies within the deck, which is quite nice if you want to just get rid of one of the human warrior creature tokens that Maja has made. That's really good. And then the last card is the Great Henge. 9 mana artifact. Costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Taps to add 2 green and you gain 2 life. And then whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on it and draw a card. We got 6 snow-covered plains, 7 snow-covered forests. Castle Garenbrig to ramp out our 6 mana green creatures. Arctic Treeline is a nice forest plains. Branchwood Pathway gives us one of the lands we need. Temple of Plenty, we get to scry and we get both of our lands. Command Tower gets us both of our lands. Fable Passage gets us whichever color we need at the time. Faceless Haven, the nice attacking creature land if need to. 3 snow mana, makes it a 4/3 with vigilance on all creature types. And Shimmer Drift Veil can come in, when it comes into play, you choose a color and it is the chosen color, and it taps to add 1 mana of that color. All right, that is Maja Bretagard Protector. There are lots of different big things you could ramp into. I picked these ones. Maybe you have different ideas. Comment. What would you put in a deck with Maja Bretagard Protector? And now let's get into some games. All right, PMP Heliod Suncrowned. This is going to be played as a land. And then we can go Lotus Cobra into Heraldic Banner. That is an annoying card. I think we go Frost. Let's see if we draw a 2-drop. That's not a 2-drop. Alright, let's play the Pathway. No mana. Let's get a white. And then we can play this. On white. And then we can foretell this. And not attack. They just get to gain a life whenever they please. Right. This. Let's get another white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could do this and that. Seems good to me. This here. Just slow down this Heliod a little bit. Sure. No attacks. And we got Cultivate and Maha, which is nice. Makes your white things a little bit bigger. Come at me, bro. Now, Yasharn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I hate not playing this without having a land. Do this. Let's get a big guy going. Hopefully we can draw a land and get this rolling. That's not a land, but that's fun. First, let's battle. Get the battle mammoth. Also want to keep their life totals down because we don't want to deal with cleric shenanigans. That 1-drop. Grasping. What? They're saying to themselves. Yeah, let the reading commence. Okay. Ooh, suited up. Hold up. Nope. No blocks. They could tap the Soul Mender and then put a counter on it. That's not good for us. Where? I need another land for this to do anything. Get in there. Probably just gonna take it. Yep. And then play your Sharn. Sure. That Sarah Angel is getting scary big. We're gonna lose to a Sarah Angel, people. 1, 2. It. Da. 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 I'm gonna gain 8 here, minimum. Oof. Creepers, creepers. Alright, we need that reset button. Or something to get rid of this angel. Right? Still not quite there. 2! Alright, Doomscar bust. Or something to block the flyer? Yeah, no, that's game. Alright. Let's get into another one. Let them kill us. Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to play games. Yay, more landfall stuff. Yay. See if they block. Bye-bye. Alright. Kill me now. Sure. Cool to see decks go off, though we've seen this kind of deck go off all the time. Good night, people. Alright. Boom. Let's get into game 2. Alright, Chromac. We got lands. Alright, let's try again. Snapdax, Apex of the Hunt. It's a very cool card. Tappy tappy. Tappy tappy. Land Glittering Frost. Boot Nipper. You're an annoying little thing. Probably Death Touch. Lifelink. Well, that makes me feel better. This, yeah. White. Green. Green. This goes here. This does that. We could do 2 angels next turn if we wanted to. If we draw a land, we do this. Don't do this. I think we... White, green, white. Destroy this. Auto pay. Play the goose. Bop you for 1. You get this now. What is it? 1, 2. If we draw land, we get 3. That's not a land. We could cast this. That seems like fun. 1, 2. Or we get 4. 2, 4/4 angels. Does 4 damage to target creature, planeswalker. Actually kind of like getting this down. Yeah, let's do that. That seems fun. This can't kill this. Which is kind of nice. One on top. That was a quick scry. This costs 5 to mutate. You blow up the Gilded Goose. This taps for 2. The Carrot taps for 2 now. Oh, why you do that? That works too. Man, we fired that off too soon. One. Oh. I see why they put lifelink, so they can give this lifelink. Da-dum-da-doop-de-doo. Let's make 2. Back with these. Some removal spells would be kinda nice. So they're playing this, but they're not playing no Snowland. Bye-bye, Angel Token. No blocks. Oof, 40 life. Well, there's a removal spell. That really slows us down, though. Alright. This. We have this. Let's see if we can bait out a few things. Bait out a couple spells first. Maybe a few creatures, and then we can blow up the board. So they're just playing this as like a choose dual land. Now they're drawing cards. Man, we really snapped that off too soon. All right. All right, 1. Destroy all creatures. Too bad that's in play already. Let's make this a white. And then the turn. We are in muchos troubles. Can't win everything. Ugh. There's one hit after another. Alright. What do we draw? Fight! Not big enough. That's big enough, though. Well, what am I thinking? That is big enough. You idiot. They're going to mutate onto the terror. That was not the best play, Mr. P. Alright, cool. Bye bye. Action. That is double strike now, right? Yep. All right. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, if we Kogla. Bye bye terror. I'm just afraid they may board wipe us. I'm going to not play this because I want to be able to activate that. I don't want to lose my Kogla to a board wipe. That is something too. Well, I guess I lose my Kogla to a stupid... Nope, wait. We are not going to lose our Kogla. Sure. I'll take one attack with it and blow it up. We get to keep this for an extra turn, but that's just, I guess, a consolation prize for them. Decline. All right, we're going to have this. Fight that. Then we're going to wall attack. Blow up that. Play this. Play this. And leave up heroic intervention. Epic comeback, maybe. Don't speak too soon, Mr. Pisto. Sure. That resolves. We will let that resolve. We'll take action on that one. And then I will do this. And they will scoop. All right. Epic comeback on that one. All right. Let's get into another game. All right. Big the Rat playing Torbran. We have lands. We have ramp. Let's keep it. Well, we had land and ramp last time and you saw what happened. Oh, they mulliganed? But they kept their second mulligan. That's good. Ooh, fancy. Fancy, fancy. Do we say bye-bye to Sculptor of Winter? We're playing against mono red. They don't block. Yes, bye-bye Sculptor of Winter. Alright, I didn't want to do this now, but we kind of got to. Green and green. We followed our retreat, snow-covered plains. Make it 2/2. Vanishing Light will be saved for this, although they may end up putting a bunch of stuff down and then playing that. Ooh. Okay, now we're on a clock. All right, let's create a tutu. Get on the tutu train. This deals 3 to us each turn now. Oof. Maybe this is the card we need to. We could, yeah. Ooh, it's a tricky spot. I think we're banishing light. This comes in, no. A tricky spot. This does nothing. Decisions. What do we do? They can't deal with this. I think we got to get rid of that. Not having land kind of sucks, but is what it is. Big. That's interesting. Ow, we're taking a lot of damage here. Woo. That does not help, right? Take 2, we take 3 from this, 3 from that. We need to do this. I think we're just dead either way. Do this. Make a token. Each one of the, yeah, we're toast. We are dead on board. Now we're very dead on board. Boom. Alright, good game, Torbran. You got ran over by Mono Red. Let's do it again. Alright, Mystery. I think we are going to mulligan this hand. There's no ramp in it. This one has ramp, but we are 1 mana short, so hopefully we get to draw into it. We are playing against the BioCort Space Godzilla. And they have the bird, of course. Maybe we'll draw the bird. Nope. But that is a good card to be drawing. A good ramp spell to have. We got lots of ramp. We got a payoff here. 2 payoffs. Our commander is in and of itself a payoff. White. You're gonna hurt if this gets removed. That's gonna suck. That's gonna put us back a whole turn. Please let it live. We will Glittering Frost the pathway to turn it into a snowland. A snow duel. Nylea. That's a good card too. Or we could put a hold on this, play the Felidar Retreat, and then have a land to trigger the Felidar. Kinda like that. Wait. All right, let's get this value train rolling. We have Elspeth to get rid of Nylea. Or get rid of that very annoying thing. We can... Oh, what is this? Yeah, we kind of need to get rid of the squirrel. Because if they mutate onto this little bugger, although they can't do it next turn, we would have to take a turn. With a glittering frost. Right, this is coming into play no matter what. This is gonna be a green. Make it 2/2. Let's glittering frost. And end the turn. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana next turn. 5, 7, yeah. 7 of the manas. I think they're stuck on lands. They are stuck on the land. Alright. Bye bye. Yep. Interesting choice to put it on the bird. Why not make your Toski a 4/3? Oops. No. Pass. Luck. Pass. Uh-oh. Ah, they drew the land they were needing. Now we have a tough choice. They draw another land. This becomes a giant thing that's rather difficult to deal with. Or they put it on here and they just bounce the living daylights out of all of our stuff. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I think we need to get rid of the squirrel. Get rid of their card draw. Maybe that was the wrong idea. Maybe we should have got rid of the Nylea. There it is. What's your plan, Stan? I guess Mr. A. Spreading the love? Getting the manas? Oh, gaining the lives. Now, how patient do I want to be? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Technically, I have 8. I play this. I play a land. And I get a 2/2. And then we're going going to untap this. And we're just going to build up a board. Sacrifice this. And get this and this. And I put a beast first. And a counter. Oh, I did that in the wrong order. That was backwards. Now we got a board anyways. And then we'll have some shoot swarm coming on. What do we got in the graveyard? Nothing. All right, I'm very happy I held on to this thing. That is no bueno. All right, that's a lot of damage. That's 10. How much can we do him back? 10, 13, 14, plus 3. Yeah. Doesn't have trample. I will do that. Cultivate. All right. This is for 2. One, 2. Sure. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't do it all. Oh, we can. We'll have to cultivate first. Cultivate. Land. Let's put a 1/1 counter on everything. We're not going to do it all. We're going to do this. The 1/1 counter on everything. Back with everything. Oh, they're at 1. Untap this, play this. No. We're just gonna make them think we have something. Do they have the board wipe? Alright, wait to kill us. They have 10. If that goes there. But then they can't do anything else. That is 10. I think that's game. Unless they got 1 damage. 1 blue mana. Oh, I think we squeaked it out there. Good game to you, Sue. Alright, cool. Alright, let's get into a post-game wrap up and the video will be over. Alright, thanks for watching if you got this far, and let's do the post-game. Alright, post-game. Maja aggro or ramp. We played the ramp deck. This was a aggro version of the deck that I was looking at running. Kind of tops off at 5 or 6 with Vorinclex. Lots of low to the ground, creatures, removal. It just didn't feel that great, to be honest. So I switched it up and went with the deck that we actually played today. I think this card's pretty cool. We played with this ramp deck. These were the big creatures I picked. There are so many creature cards with converted mana cost 6 or 7, even 5, that you could play. Baneslayer Angel would be something that I could think could be slotted in quite well, or even something along the lines of Victory's Envoy to give all the creatures that you make +1/+1 counters. The Valkyrie Harbinger is a cool top end card as well, being able to make 4/4 angels on your turn and your opponent's turn when it blocks. Realm Cloak Giant to reset the board if you need to, but also get a big 7/7. Nessian Boar for a 10/6 that has to be blocked by all creatures, which then would push through all your other damage. That was one I thought maybe could go in the aggro style deck. I really like the Iron Scale Hydra, being basically not indestructible, but can't be destroyed by dealing damage from creatures in combat. Ashaya, mind you, all the tokens you make don't tap for mana. I didn't play Return the Wild Speaker because the tokens that we're making with Maha are humans, so it didn't really play that well. Maybe it could have been good as a card draw engine in the deck. That is something you could think about. Keeper of the Fables to draw cards along with Toski, however you want to pronounce it, could be another good option. Rootless Hue is kind of interesting. Being able to find one of your bigger things is kind of cool. And like there's Ancient Green Warden, which plays really well with Marha and Beldar Retreat. We saw, where are you? We saw the Nyx Bloom Ancient is a very cool card. Lots of mana generated. Rampaging Brontodon is another one. And if you really want to go all the way up there, you could play Ugin. But yeah, there are lots of different big creature spells to play in the deck, or big, even non-creature spells. But these are the ones that I picked for this version. It was cool to see Grasping Giant, even though we did lose that game. It was cool to see it in action. I think it's a cool card. I never played it before, so yeah. All right. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. Mr. Pisto to you. Bye for now.